Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to San Diego City College's um, fall semester 2021 virtual welcome week. I'm Lori Oldham, and I'm from the Office of Student Affairs and your host this week as we begin having our sessions. So we have a morning session today from 9:30 to 11:30, and this afternoon we'll have one from 3:30 to 5:30. So as your host, I just wanted to tell you thank you so much for choosing San Diego City College. Many of you are reporting to on-campus classes for the first time since March of 2020, which is super exciting. However, because of the pandemic and the status of where we're at now with the Delta variant, many of you, most of you, in fact, will remain taking classes and accessing services remotely as the pandemic continues to be the driving force for safety purposes. And safety is our number one priority and concern. We'll continue to follow the CDC guidelines and local health authorities' recommendations to ensure the safety of all students, faculty, staff, and administrators. There's been so much that has gone into the preparation for any of the courses meeting or any classes meeting on campus today. So I want to give a huge shout out to President Shabazz and our VPs, Marciano Perez, Tilly Chavez, and John Parker. So thank you again. And we have a lot of information to cover. I want to welcome our first guest today. And this is Elizabeth Meehan. Elizabeth, thank you so much for coming today. I'm going to go ahead and spotlight you. So welcome. She's going to be talking about the philosophy classes at City.
Hello, I'm so happy that you are here at this live streaming session and joining us at City College. I am a humanities professor, and our wonderful philosophy professors include Jessica Thompson, Bill Stewart, and Soon-Ah Fadness. And so if you have additional questions that you need answered, I would highly encourage you to email one of those philosophy professors. Philosophy is a very important class to take in college. It will introduce you to critical thinking and research skills that will be very useful in all of your college classes in the future. So I'd like to encourage you to take a look at them if you are interested and to contact those professors. I guess I have to ask our wonderful host, Lori Oldham, if students are able to type questions in the chat or ask them live.
There is a chat feature on YouTube Live right now. However, my staff member got pulled to go to man the welcome tent. So I don't have that availability, but thank you so much.
So the important thing about philosophy classes from a student perspective, in an age where there is so much misinformation flying around social media, philosophy will really teach you how to analyze things logically, how to use research skills, and also introduce you to some of the world's most famous philosophers from ancient times up to the present. So it's a lens to think critically about the things that matter the most to you in the world in which you live today. So I think that philosophy classes are a really good addition to a liberal arts course. And again, please contact Soon-Ah Fadness or William Stewart as faculty leads in the philosophy, and Jessica Thompson. They're going to be the people who can answer your specific questions. And I wish you all the best at City College this semester. I'm going to turn it back now to our host if there are no questions in chat.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. So appreciate you. I am going to call a little bit out of order, and hopefully our next presenter is ready. We do have a schedule that was referenced. However, it's the first day. So Haruko, are you ready and available to take on the next time slot?
I'm sorry, I'm still getting ready, but I'll be ready but about in half an hour, around
Okay,
10:15. If you want me to do it a little earlier than the time
okay.
I'm scheduled. Okay, I'm
No
sorry.
worries. No worries. Thank you so much. So let me go ahead and start talking about Associated Students Government. And what I wanted to do is let me share my screen because right now our Associated Students Government is looking for interested students that want to make a difference on our campus community. And with that, I am very excited to go to our website here. Can you all see my website from the homepage?
Not seeing it.
You're not seeing it? Okay. All right. Well, let me try real quick. One moment, please. I may not be able to be getting it properly right now, but San Diego City College, our student life is consists of our Associated Students Government as well as our student clubs and organizations. So Associated Students is a wonderful opportunity for you to make a difference in the campus community, even on a virtual level. So what I'd like to do is invite anybody who is interested in applying to send me, Lori Oldham. My email address is LOLDHAM at sdccd.edu. Just send me an interest form or just let me know that you're interested in becoming a member of our Associated Students Government. And I will in turn reach out to you and invite you to our first meeting, which is going to be next Monday, November 30th. We have a brand new Associated Students Government president. Her name is Victoria Owusu, and you'll see on our website, we'll be meeting from 3 to 4:30 every Monday, except for holidays, and of course, the first day of school. So look forward to hearing from you and just welcome you for the opportunity to even getting involved in making a difference at San Diego City College. I have more to come towards the end of this morning's session, and I'll go over more information then. Until then, right now, I have another guest that's ready to go, and I will welcome Katie Rhoda to Welcome Week. Good morning, Katie. Can you hear me, Katie? We have Katie Rhoda coming on, and she's connecting to audio. Thank you so much for your patience as we're navigating the first day of classes, and we always have to be concerned for technical difficulties. Oftentimes we have, where we don't have enough bandwidth and our internet goes down. And so if that should happen, please just hang on with us. We'll be back momentarily to ensure that you get the information that you need. And like I said, one of our guests trying to log on right now is having computer issues. So with that in mind, I'm going to try again and pull up my Associated Students Government. So just hang in there with us for just a moment, folks. Thank you so kindly.
I have an idea, which is maybe everybody who's present representing a discipline would type their name into the chat. So anybody who's saving this recording will know who to look for if they have questions to follow up.
Well, actually, because students can't see our chat, maybe we could introduce ourselves then until, would that be okay so that you all can introduce yourselves that are available to do so?
Sure.
Marianne, can I begin with you?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Marianne Peterson. I teach humanities, and so you'll find me in Humanities 101 or 102 or 106. And so I think we'll be doing humanities in about an hour. So yeah, awesome. I'm excited, to start another semester, and definitely looking forward to talking a little bit more about our specific classes at about 10:45 or so. So yeah, Marianne Peterson, and I look forward to seeing you guys either on Zoom at some point or on campus at some point.
Thank you so much, Marianne. And Cassandra Ransom, are you available to make some comments? Welcome.
Hi, yes, welcome everybody. Let's see if my video doesn't seem to want to cooperate, but hi everyone, I'm Cassie. I am a Siddiqa intern working with Elizabeth Meehan, also in the Humanities Department. We'll have classes 101, 106, and 201, I believe, covering mythology, world religions, and a survey of ancient civilizations. I'm really pleased to be here, and I'm here mainly to support all the students, whether you have logistical questions, syllabus questions, anything like that. So I'm really happy to be here, and I'm excited to get to know everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cassandra. Appreciate it very much. And then, Katie, are you on just yet? Oh, okay. We're still trying to figure out sound for Professor Rhoda. Ruko, I see you. Can you say hello to folks?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Haruko. I'm from the Student Accounting Office. We are a first contact office. We have Windows to serve students directly. We collect tuitions and fees and handle third-party payments. So if any of your students are having trouble or questions regarding their student accounts, please forward them to us. It's easy to find us on the city website. Just type in accounting or student accounting. You can find our contact information. And starting this week, our office is open to students, so they can visit us if they happen to be on campus taking on-campus classes. They can just visit us, stop by, and ask questions. And I will give out more information later around 10:15. Thank you. Nice to see you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. So we are still awaiting our next guest to show up. Again, technical difficulties. I'm going to, again, try to share my screen to talk a little bit about our student life here. Okay, let's see. So this is our website here. This is our homepage at San Diego City College. And what I wanted to say is that here's a great way to help you to navigate our services. One of the things that I learned over the summer is that students were not really aware of our college calendar. So if there's something going on campus, any event whatsoever, it will be on our college calendar. So from our homepage website, I just wanted to show you where to go to get it. I wanted to emphasize also there are continue to be remote online student services. And so if you click that link for any of the online services that you need, you can click in anywhere and get assistance with somebody as soon as you possibly can. So I want you to know that that's still available. Additionally, going down to the college calendar, I wanted to show you that. The full City College calendar is here, and for anything that's going to be going on, this is where you want to be. This is where you can go and get information. Now, I will say that this is constantly updated as programming is developed and finalized. So once finalized, those programs go onto our website. I want to draw your attention to a lot of the resources that are available to folks that are need food. We have a food distribution every third Tuesday and every first Monday. Our next one is Tuesday, September 7th. But in order to access and to get more information, you would just go to the calendar, click on the event. When you click on it, it gives you a lot more information. Like the time is going to be from 12 to 2. It talks about where they're at, where they're located, what to do, and to sign up here. It's really important that we ask folks to sign up so that we can, track data and provide that information to those who make these plans for these food distributions. And as we work with our community partners, consisting of Feeding America and the San Diego Food Bank. And so the other thing is, if you wish to volunteer, contact Tia Pickens. Her email is right there. So we're always looking for volunteers, but we also most want you to come out. And there is so much wonderful produce and food items available. Come on out and some of your needs met here. Basic needs are so important to our college, and so just wanted to turn you on to our website and learn how to navigate it. And so I might be doing that a little bit more. However, I see that one of our other guests have shown. And thank you so much, Katie, for continuing to get on. And so welcome to our welcome week. And this is Professor Katie Rhoda, and I'll let you take it away, Katie. Thanks so much for coming today. Can you unmute, please?
All right. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, good. I apologize. I think, Ms. Oldham, this happened the last time we did this, that I just got thwarted by technology. My office computer doesn't have a camera or a microphone, and I can't get Wi-Fi on my home laptop. So you're stuck with my phone. But my name is Katie Rhoda, and I'm one of the professors of drama here at City College. And I wanted to welcome you all to our first day of classes. I'm actually here in my office, which I haven't been in very much in almost a year and in over a year and a half. We are teaching classes in person this semester. We're very excited about that. We have the classes that I wanted to make you first of all aware of is we have classes that are set up for, that are completely online, asynchronous classes that fulfill arts requirements. Now I have a really great PowerPoint, which I'm unable to show you today. This happened again last time we did this, but we have a class called Introduction to Dramatic Arts, which starts in 2 weeks. So you get time to gear up to get ready for that. It's a 6-week class. We also have 2 8-week sessions of the same class, Introduction to Dramatic Arts. These classes fulfill the GE requirement for transfer. So you know that if you're planning to transfer to a CSU or a UC, you need to take a arts class, at least one arts class, and this will fill it up for you. So that's a great opportunity for you. Our in-person classes, as we're offering beginning acting, intermediate acting, beginning and intermediate playwriting, that's actually online. We have a voice class, which helps you learn how to use your voice better and more effectively. And then we're doing 2 shows. We're very excited that we are doing 2 plays here in person at City College. Now, again, as of today, we're planning to do them at the end of October. We're doing 2 Shakespeare plays, 2 different ones. I'm directing a comedy called Twelfth Night, and my colleague Kate is directing a serious play called Macbeth. You all might have heard of those. Auditions are this Thursday. And if you have any questions, please just look at the Drama Pages website, and we will be able to answer. There's a lot of information on there, plus contact information for me or for Kate, my colleague, who is directing the other play.
Hey, may I ask you a quick question, please?
Sure.
Thank you. So for those who might be interested in joining your classes or do people have to be enrolled at San Diego City College to be in the plays?
What they need to do, I'm putting my information in the chat here right now. What they need to do is they would need to audition. And if they are cast, then yes, they need to enroll in the class. But you do not need to be an enrolled student to audition. As soon as you audition, then we will give you an ad code if you are cast in the play. We also are always looking for people to work backstage, to work in the costume area, to help with lights, sound, all sorts of stuff. There's plenty of room. So my email address is in the chat. I think I did that right. I'm doing this again from my phone. And I'm hoping that you all will get in touch with me and I can help answer any questions that might come up.
Yes, thank you so much for, don't go away just yet, Katie. I just wanted to say for Katie, if you want to contact her and, tell friends, or you want to come and show up for the auditions, her email address is krodda@sdccd.edu. And the other thing, where are the plays available? And will there be virtual offerings? Or I know you don't have a crystal ball, but will the show still go on provided?
Yes, they will. So our first choice is that we will do them in the Seville Theater, which is our big theater. It's a 300-seat theater. And that's what we're hoping for. That's what our first choice is to be able to do those plays there. We open October 21st. So we still have a couple of months to get ready for that. If that's not going to work, if we're not able to be in the theater, then we may move outside. We may be Shakespeare outside, which is how it was initially done back in Shakespeare's time. Location perhaps either here in our plaza outside of the theater or perhaps on top of the A building at City College. If that also is a no-go, then we will perform it virtually.
Well, that's really nice to know, Katie.
Thank you.
Yeah, we want to thank you so much for stopping in today. I wish you a really terrific and productive semester with your wonderful students.
Thank you, Lori. And hopefully the next time we do this, which I believe is Thursday, I will be able to show you my great, nice, amazing PowerPoint, which I've not been able to share with you because, like I said, I can't get my Wi-Fi to work on my laptop, and my desktop does not have a camera or a phone or a speaker or microphone.
I thank you so much. And it's just proof positive that when you really want to be somewhere, you can be there, because it looks like you tried every kind of which way and you finally got here. So I appreciate you doing that.
Thank you, Lori. And everybody, welcome. We're glad that you're here, and we hope that you enjoy your time at City College.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Katie. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Next presenter is here. And I'd like to welcome her. I want to call to the area here. Here she is, Abby Weisman. Abby, good morning, and thank you for coming. Where'd you go?
Good morning, Lori. How are you?
Oh, good, thank you. How are you? So good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you.
Take the floor?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for having me here. Welcome to all the new students that may be watching this. Welcome to City College. It's a wonderful, wonderful college to be at. My name is Abby, and I am presenting today on behalf of mental health counseling. And I will go ahead and share if I'm able. There we go. Okay, let's do it. Can you see this, Lori?
Yes, looks very nice. Thank you.
Okay, great. So City College has an integrated health center. It is called the Student Health Center, and it is students' first stop for all of their non-emergency physical and mental health needs. So when you enroll in a course at City, you typically pay a student health fee that covers you for medical and mental health services. We were formerly located on campus in A180, this building that you see here, but we are now operating virtually. So we made the shift into the virtual world, and we're doing telemedicine appointments with a nurse or a doctor, and then teletherapy appointments with a mental health counselor. It is absolutely free to be seen again, and these services are confidential, meaning that they do not go on your academic record. Parents, teammates, professors can't call and ask if you even are being seen here, let alone what it is that you discuss. So this is a really safe place to come and talk about things that maybe you don't feel comfortable talking about with other people. We do offer individual, couples, and family therapy. So what that means is that you can meet one-on-one with a counselor and just discuss individual issues, or you could actually bring in a partner or a family member to work on relational issues. You can actually learn how to fight better. That's a real goal. So, and during this time of, COVID and lockdown, and there's a lot of, spending more time with our loved ones, which, on one hand can be great, but on the other hand can increase conflicts and communication, misfirings. So you are welcome to bring that person in. They do not need to be a City College student as long as you are. So again, you're meeting with a counselor over video chat to discuss mental health concerns and or to be connected with supportive community resources. Maybe there's something that we can't provide to you, that we can't support you with. What we'll do is make sure that we find you that supportive resource in the community that can help meet your need. Services are available in multiple languages if English is not your first language. And again, they are free, confidential, and effective. I would say the best way to get started would be to visit our website. We are answering the phones, as we are here in office. And so you can go ahead and call our office and leave a voicemail and we'll get back to you. But you may as well just go ahead and visit our website, check out all the amazing things that it has to offer, and go ahead and click request an appointment on there. So for those who may not be used to discussing mental health or not sure if counseling would fit their needs, some common signs that it may be a good time to seek counseling would include if you find yourself worrying often, feeling anxious often, having difficulty concentrating on tasks, maybe you're sleeping too little, you're sleeping too much, a loss of interest in things that used to bring you joy, you find yourself isolating from friends or family, feeling sad a lot, changes in your weight, your school grades are dropping, frequent anger or irritability. Sometimes somatic symptoms can be a sign of a mental health problem. So recurring headaches, stomach aches. And then of course, if you're having thoughts of suicide or wanting to harm yourself or others. So some frequently asked questions that we get that maybe we can dispel today. Do you need insurance? No, these services are absolutely free. We don't take any payment, insurance, copay, nothing. How many sessions do I get? We use a short-term model in this department, meaning that we, abide by the academic calendar. So we're trying to kind of stabilize and refer. So there's no limit on the amount of sessions that you can be seen here. However, again, we will be operating under that short-term model, trying to get you the skills and resources that you need, get you on your way. Can I be seen in person? And the answer to that is just given the ongoing safety concerns surrounding the COVID-19 virus, that we are continuing to just offer teletherapy at this time until we have more information and we feel confident and safe bringing students into our center. But for now, we are continuing with the teletherapy. And then again, how do I get started? And the easiest way is to visit our website. You can also check out our YouTube. If you search MHCC, Mental Health Counseling, San Diego City College, we have a YouTube channel that we are uploading these self-guided videos, tips for staying, on top of your mental wellness, that maybe if you, are not sure about seeing a counselor yet, but you kind of want to check out our videos, that will be a great place to start. And you can also self-enroll in our Canvas course. And lastly, I just want to say that, we hear a lot of unhelpful messaging that may cause us to think certain things about those who seek mental health counseling, that maybe that they're crazy, there's something wrong with them, that they're weak. But we really want to change that narrative, because the same way that you take care of your physical health, you need to be taking care of your mental health. It's not, everyone has mental health. And so the same way that you would, routinely see a doctor and you'd eat healthy and you'd move your body to stay healthy, physically well, you need to be doing things to take care of your mental health, and especially now more than ever. So please, 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 understand that there doesn't need to be anything wrong with you for you to seek counseling with us. And on that point, there's a Brene Brown quote that I like, that vulnerability sounds like truth and feels like courage. Truth and courage aren't always comfortable, but they're never a weakness. And so I think that's our spiel. You've heard this before, Lori. So what did I miss?
Actually, it was so comprehensive. Abby, it was such a great job. There was a couple things that I wanted, the students that are looking right now or watching, I want them to know about the wonderful support groups that you have. That like there's so many going on throughout the week. If you could talk about that a little bit, Abby.
Sure. Yeah, sure. I have Tiara here with me. Do you know the actual groups that we will be offering, or is that ongoing? Okay.
Yet, I do know that they will be on the newsletter.
Okay.
All of the groups that we have planned, all the dates, all of the things.
So we're still developing this semester's groups, but Tiara was saying that you can look out for first of all, always check our website because we keep that up to date. And so we will be posting flyers and information for those groups. But yeah, students can expect that we will be offering support groups where they can sign on to Zoom and meet with other City College students, and maybe that they have a specialized need or they identify with a specialized population, and they can meet with other students that have similar interests in those topics. And so that is, I would say, yeah, look out for our newsletter, which you can self-enroll in as well by visiting our website, or just, stay up to date on our website. Thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you so much, Abby. So I do have another question. Well, actually, if you could expand on, because self-care is so important. And lots of folks don't even have that in their language, self-care. They don't think about self. And many of us, true to life, and I'm guilty of it, is that I always put other people's needs before me. And then sometimes that makes folks like us, right, to feel like we burn out. And so you talk about the importance of the self-care and how that some ways in which folks can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. I think a lot of us are similar as far as maybe we've been taught that it's selfish to put our needs before others, or it's selfish to take time out of our day to do something good for us when we should be doing something good for other people. The way I look at it is really there's a saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. And I really think that that's so true. You can't give to others when your cup is empty. And so really by filling your cup, you are showing up as a better partner. You're showing up as a better daughter, son, friend, classmate. And so it's really necessary in order to be a giver to others to first give to yourself. So if you can reframe the way you think of self-care to, rather than selfish or unnecessary or a luxury, to just be something routine that you do to fill your cup at the beginning of the day or the beginning of the week or whenever, so that you can show up for the others, those in your life that do need you or that you do want to be there for.
I know this is kind of off the cuff a little bit, but Abby, we just love you at San Diego City College, and you have done so much wonderful programming. Not only just developing, but also implementing it. Is there any way that you would be willing to give us a minute of your time to lead a breathing meditation exercise before all of us move forward with the rest of our day? So students perk up, because this is a form of self-care. Thank you so much, Abby, for doing this.
Yeah, of course. So there are so many, on that point, there are so many meditation apps out there as well. And I'll just mention that briefly, because if you are needing a new way to take care of yourself and you're not quite sure, there's so much research, budding research, and actually over hundreds of years to really show that intentional breath, like being with our breath and redirecting our focus to our breath, has so many positive outcomes on our health and well-being. And so if you are kind of interested by it, or you've heard a lot about it already, I definitely recommend checking out some meditation apps. But the way that I like to kind of look inward and meditate is to just kind of quiet the noise real quick of maybe what came before this call and what's about to come after this call, and to just kind of maybe place a hand on my heart or my stomach, somewhere where I feel my breath in my body, and just stay with it for a moment. So kind of, again, if you feel comfortable, maybe closing your eyes will help you to focus. If not, picking a soft spot in front of you to look at, and just kind of taking a deep breath and like feeling your body breathe, as silly as that might sound. And so I'll just kind of think like maybe in as I inhale and out as I exhale, or maybe I'll tell myself some mantra like my body is breathing, to just stay, kind of keep me focused on the sensation of my breath. And then as thoughts pop up, which they will, like about, oh, you know, I'm hungry, I need to go eat breakfast, or I have this thing to do later today. And I just notice that I've become distracted and I bring my attention back to my breath. And for me, that's just the simplest form of meditation, because you can really do it anywhere. And you can always utilize your breath as a tool any part of your day. Some folks like to do it at the beginning of the day. Some folks like to do it for a test, maybe. Some folks like to do it at the end of the day to unwind and kind of quiet the brain as they go to bed. So the simplest tool would be, again, to just take a moment, maybe close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so, lay a hand where you feel your breath, and just take some deep intentional breaths. And when you find that you've become distracted, you just refocus your attention back to your breath. Oh, you're muted.
Abby, I was doing an exercise along with you, and I can tell you that in that breathing, there's a calmness that comes over yourself and a way to focus, or at least for me. And I just want to say that because students out there that are watching, anybody watching, these are new ways in which to improve your health, to improve your mindset, and really to start your day with. Also to bring yourself down before you go to bed or at lunchtime. It's so easy to do, and it makes a world of difference on how you face the day.
You really need to let go of expectations of it, I think, is a big part to mention. So like if your expectation is that you're going to feel some certain way, then maybe you're setting yourself up for failure, right? Or if something's going to happen to me while I'm meditating, I'm going to float out of my seat. Like you might fail to meet that expectation. So I think maybe one of the most important parts is to let go of those expectations of your practice. And if you give yourself 5 minutes out of the day to just refocus your attention to your breath, like that is you're doing so much already for yourself. And so again, I just want to mention that is a tool, like you said, that's always available to you. And it does take a little practice because you are going to get distracted and you're going to think you're doing it wrong. But if you just dedicate 5-10 minutes to refocusing, it really can make a world of a difference.
Well, thank you so much today for teaching us, and for also, letting our students know what's available to them, which I encourage you to look at all of the programs that our mental health counseling services department has online for you. And Abby, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate
Thank you for having me here. I really appreciate it. Welcome to everybody. We hope to see you. Go check out our website for any questions that I didn't cover today.
Okay, thank you so much. Here's to a productive semester. Take care.
Thank you. See you soon.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Our next, Haruko's going to come back. She's ready to promote her presentation.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so without further ado, welcome Haruko once again, and I'll pass it over your way.
Okay, so let me start the video so that you can see me. So hi everyone, and welcome to the fourth semester 2021. My name is Haruko. I'm from the student accounting office. So I'm gonna quickly go over what our office does and how we can help you to maintain your student accounts or your students' student accounts. If you are professors or anybody, you can just direct your students to us. Okay, so later I will also walk through my portal, the actual live screen, if I have time. So what we do is we collect payments such as tuition and fees, financial aid overpayment, library fines, associated students membership fees, and more. So most of these can be done online now, but if you prefer to pay by cash or check, or if you happen to be on campus, you can come to, you can see us at the A building, A as in Alpha. It's the student services building. Our room number is 8256. I will show you where you find later. And okay, so currently we are selling semester bus and trolley passes in our office through Friday, September the 17th, only for a limited time. And our current office hours are Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. through 4 p.m. And you will need to be enrolled in at least 7 units for the semester, no exception. So please make sure you are enrolled and not like waitlisted. You need to be actually enrolled, and please bring your student ID card. That's where your bus pass sticker goes on. So if you do not have an ID card yet, you can go to the admissions office 8241 to get your picture taken and get your college ID. Just make sure your student account has no balance, up to date with zero balance. Yes, then you can get your ID. And okay. Also, here's a little tip. Well, whenever you make a payment, just save your receipt in your computer or print out because it's your proof of payment, and later you may need it, like whenever asked, or you may later claim a refund, refunds, or like agenda at the beginning of the year, you may want to claim the educational tax credit, and you will be asked for a receipt or a tax form called 1090T, which can be which you can access to on my portal as well. I'm gonna show you where to go later. We also handle third-party payments such as VA, military tuition assistance, or employer-sponsored tuition reimbursement programs, or even campus programs such as EOPS, Next Up, or CARE programs. So if you have one of those payers, please let us know as soon as possible, especially if you have a balance for the semester. You should take care of that as soon as possible to secure your class schedule. You don't want to get dropped or anything, or prevent I don't want you to lose access to your grades or transcripts, or adding classes. You may get a hold if your balance remains in your account. Also, if you have not, please consider applying for financial aid so that your fees can get the fee waiver if you are eligible. Okay. Also, if you're expecting financial aid awards, direct deposit now is available, which you can also sign up through my portal. Okay. Now I have another important tip. If you ever have to drop a class, I wish you never have to do that. But if you really have to do so, please do so before the published refund deadline. You can find that again on my portal, and please be aware that each class has different deadlines depending on the class period. And normally the refund deadlines come before deadlines to avoid W or letter grades. So refund deadlines come sooner than other deadlines. So please be careful. And again, I'm gonna show where to go, where on my portal to find out that information. Okay. Also, we are aware many of you, many students are having trouble with online payment. So let me go over where on my portal and I will show you some troubleshooting tips. So now let me share my screen real quick. So everyone, can you see my screen now?
No, we cannot.
You cannot. Okay, of course, I forgot to hit the share button. How about now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you do?
Yes.
You do see my student dashboard?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what students see when they or you log on to my portal. It says Mesa, but please never mind. And from the student dashboard, if you need to make a payment, you go to My Finances, which you can find on the left pane, and just click the down arrow and see Make a Payment. And it will take you to the screen. Now I have nothing to pay, so it says no outstanding charges, but normally you will see the Make a Payment button. Then you will be prompted to enter your card information. And from there, at that point, many students cannot proceed. If that happens, you may want to use a different browser or different browser or device. Like I know very often it does not work on iPhone or Safari, so you may want to use like Microsoft Edge or Firefox. They are better. And if it still doesn't work, you can clear cache in your browser or enable cookies for this specific site. Then close the browser and reopen it. That may make a difference. And if you still cannot make a payment, please contact us. I will show you our contact information in a minute. Okay, and you can also go to tuition and fees and payment history. If you go there, you can see the charges and payments, all the records, past records. So you can just change the date range to expand it, and you see like if you got the fee waiver or if you made a online payments. So that's where you go to get the information. Also, you can purchase the associated students membership here. You see the second tab. Okay, this is where you purchase one. It says no item available for now, but that's for me. And you can also get your tax form if you paid your tuition out of pocket. It says view 1098T tax form. At the end of the year, you may want to go there to get your educational tax credit. That's where you go. And let's go back to the student dashboard. And if you have any technical issues, you can hit the orange button at the almost the bottom of the screen. Open supports that will let you submit a help ticket, and you should hear back from our district office. But before that, please contact us. This is our website, and our email is somewhere in the middle, I know. Okay, here is our contact information. City Student Accounting at sdccd.edu, and our phone number 619-388-3458, and our current office hours. Please note this is tentative or subject to change because things are changing these days quickly. But for now, for this week until September the 20th, we are open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 4. Someone will be there to assist you. If you have any questions or if you need to by a bus pass, please come see us. Okay, and that is it for now. You can easily find us from the City College website. Just type in accounting in the search box at the top. We should be the first one to appear on your screen. Okay, and that is it. Let me make sure if there is no questions posted or if there's any, I should be able to answer that. But let me stop sharing the screen first. And yeah, I don't see any questions. But again, please contact us if you students or your students have any questions about their or your account. Okay, so that is all for now. But thank you for having me again, and I wish you all a wonderful semester, fall semester 2021. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Haruko. Appreciate it. Can I ask you one question before you go?
Sure.
Thank you. So I know that you mentioned that you're on campus right now, right?
Yes.
The accounting department is. Do you still offer any virtual services in conjunction with your on-campus services?
If you can email us, and if students prefer like Zoom meeting, yes, I can set up a meeting, or yes, if they can note their working phone number, I will return a call. So yes, you don't have to be on campus, although we are open. Yes, of course, many students are still taking online classes only, and if you prefer to stay outside the campus, we do understand that, and please email us or call us, and yes, we'll be in touch shortly.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Haruko.
Thank
I
you,
wish you
Lori,
a
and
really-
everyone.
Wishing you a really happy and productive semester. Take care. Thank you. Okay, well, I see that we have our next presenter here. This is my friend and colleague, Sasha Knox. And Sasha, thank you so much for coming today. I'm just gonna throw it over your way and let you do what you do so well. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Happy first day of the semester. I'm so excited to have you all virtually joining us. I am going to be representing, my name is Sasha Knox, pronouns she, her, hers. I am in the Transfer and Career Center as a job placement coordinator. And I will be representing both the Transfer and Career Center for information today, so that you know just some quick tips and tricks and how to find us if you want some more information. So I will share my screen. If you would pretty please confirm for me when you see it. Thumbs up.
You see it. Thank you.
Perfect. So in our new norm, right, which is half virtual and half in person, this is where you can find us physically on the campus. We are on the third building of the we're on the third floor of the A building. And again, it's the Transfer and Career Center. Virtually, if you would like to reach us, the best way to reach us is through citytran@sdccd.edu, or you can call or text 619-500-2842. Our office hours are on the screen so that you can reach us. And then with the Transfer and Career Center, we house and support both needs. So we have everything from transfer applications, including our transfer labs that are coming up on Tuesdays, our university reps that come to both physically and virtually, and most of our events for safety reasons will be virtual. So you can still come to our office and find us there, but all of our events, so our transfer labs will be virtual so that we can house and support as many students as safely as possible. Our career events this semester will be virtual so that we can house and safely support as many students as possible. For career development, we have all workshops for the career development process. So resume and cover letter, internships, networking, how to apply, interview basics, everything, anything under the sun. Again, all of those workshops will be virtual, and we'll release the schedule weekly. And then our on-site support services is our computer lab. So if you need to rush to print out an application or print out a resume for either your transfer or career needs, you can come into physically our office and do so. So here is some of our dedicated staff. As you'll see, there's not everybody represented on this screen. We try and get as many people as possible, but we have the Transfer Center Director, the Job Placement Coordinator, which is myself, some counseling staff, as well as our evaluators and our lovely support staff that all are here to help and assist you navigate each one of these processes as seamless as possible. So for the transfer information on the transfer side of the house, we really want you to start thinking about transfer the moment that you step onto our campus. The same for career. If you are coming to our office the minute that you're ready to transfer, going, okay, I'm ready to go to San Diego State next semester, you're a little bit behind the curve. As I said, we already have transfer labs happening as early as Tuesday of this week and the remaining this semester. It is transfer season now. So we really want you to start thinking about this process. Come into our office, send us an email at thatcitytran@sdccd.edu so that you can know all of the steps, meet with the counselor, make sure that if you have a plan in place, that you're on the right motion and on the right track. If you don't have a plan in place, if you're a student like I was, right, and I didn't have a plan in place and I was not sure and I needed to really talk and process that out, that's what we're here for as well. And again, we want you to start that process as soon as possible, not the tail end. We don't want you to come in and go, okay, I'm ready to go to state tomorrow, because then it would be too late. Here are just some of the resources that we have. I would say don't pay when things may be eligible. I also want to direct you here to our YouTube page, which is San Diego City College Transfer and Career Center, because that's where you're going to find a bunch of workshops, a bunch of one-stop shop resources to get you moving in the right direction. What you see on my screen here, which I'm not going to play because we have a little bit of time today, is Transfer Basics. That's going to walk you through every step of the process as early as possible. So again, get to it soon. If you need help navigating any part of this, we are here to support you. I'm going to switch my hat now from transfer to career. I'm going to boost our services in the career side of the house. And the first thing I want you to know and to join would be our job board. So that's sdcity.edu/job network. You are going to go here. You're going to have access to as many employers under the sun. If they are hiring in San Diego County, they are on our job board. And the specifics about joining our job board versus an Indeed or LinkedIn or any of these other professional sites is that these employers specifically know about your needs as a student. They come into a one-on-one intake with myself or with my team, and so they know that you're working professionals. They know that you're juggling, balancing life and school and family and other responsibilities. And we're working holistically to make sure that those needs are first on their agenda. And so if you go to this, then you have the access to all of those employers who know your specific needs, as well as getting information when you join our job board, then you are on our caseload. I'm sorry, you're not on the caseload. You are on our register list and you can select to receive our email. So you'll know what employers are coming, when they're coming, you'll know when university reps are coming. That is our one-stop shop for our university newsletter for the Transfer and Career Center. Again, as I mentioned, we have all types of resources for career development. So whether you're ready to apply or you have absolutely no clue what you want to do long-term or what you want to do with your major, we have dedicated counselors and staff in our office to really help you go through every step of that process. From the very beginning to the absolute tail end, we're here to support you. Again, I'm going to boost our resources on that translation, resume and cover letter, mock interviews, and actual job placement. Like you're ready for a job yesterday, we've got a position for you. And so all of that information can be housed, whether physically in our office, but mostly as well for this semester online to serve the most students as safely as possible. Again, out for our additional resources. We will have, I can promise you, we have a jam-packed agenda for September. We have employers like Apple coming to our campus virtually. We have employers in the health field, HVAC, anything and everything that you can, advanced manufacturing, anything and everything you really can think of under the sun. So every week in September, an employer is coming to our campus and we're hiring. And so again, if you're looking for some employment resources, we have support for you. Same for our university reps. Again, I cannot stress enough, our transfer labs are happening now. It is transfer season. So if you want an extra pair of eyes on your application, if you have questions about the process, drop into our virtual office hours. We are definitely here to support you. And our job search guide is also available online. We'll skip that one. And the last one that I wanted to reach out and talk about was how to find us, right? So in this fluid world right now, we are available on campus some days and times, but for the majority of our services, you're going to be able to reach us online, on the horn. Again, our phone number is both a mobile and text, so shoot us a quick text. To email, you can go ahead and email citytran@sdccd.edu, and you can email that for anything, whether it's I have an appointment, to I have a small question, or the sky is falling and I need to transfer information right this second. We're here to man that line at all times. And then I would definitely say join some of our social media handles, because that's when you're going to get the latest and greatest information. And lastly, by joining that job board, you're going to be getting our weekly newsletter. That is just about time, and that is all the information that I have to share for you. I'm definitely here if you have any questions. I don't know if something came through the chat, Miss Lori, or if we have access to see that, but if not, I can transition it right on back.
Well, actually, thank you so much, Sasha, but I do have a question, and you mentioned it's transfer season, and I know that a lot of students, this is a new process for them. And so some of the things that I guess maybe like that they should know in terms of transfer is, I think one of the things maybe you could address is letters of recommendation and how that fares for them, and how do they get one, and what it means to have one.
Yeah, so a lot of the, each one of the application processes are different, whether you're going to be transferring to a CSU, a UC, a private school, or our favorite, some of those HBCUs. And so each one of those application processes are going to ask for specific needs. So you're going to have your statement letter, you're going to have some letters of recommendation, and some information about whether it's be your community involvement, etc. Letters of recommendation are critical. It is someone advocating on your behalf. So it's an opportunity on paper for someone to
I think we have some
Emoja, Puente, things of those nature, any of those, then you should definitely reach out to someone close in your network and ask them to really speak to your attributes on paper. And that's a simple conversation, folks. I know that when I was going through that process, it felt very daunting, right? Can you vouch for me on paper? And you only see one glimpse of me, but when we are asked for it, we're excited to do it. And it sometimes helps if you provide us a template to fill in some information or something that you may want us to highlight. But it's really just an opportunity to get a cheerleader behind you to really make sure that when they are reading your application and your intent to enroll in their school, they get a full glimpse of you. So that's a great question. Again, I cannot stress enough, email us. We have tips and tricks. We have some standard letters that you can send out. We have, our counselors are phenomenal. We have some of the best counselors in the district. I said it. And those individuals are definitely there to have those conversations with you, to coach you, to navigate you, because these processes are not easy, right? They weren't even built to be easy, but we make it as seamless as a seamless process for you.
And the other thing, when you're wearing your job hat, that same letter of recommendation seems to me might be easily tweaked to serve for that kind of letter of recommendation for a job.
Yeah, you definitely, during the employment process, you not only want, for the transfer side of the house, you not only want to be thinking about your letters of recommendation, but you also want to be thinking about those individuals that are going to be doing your referrals for employment, right? So again, the same premise that you want some individuals that can speak the best and the highest of you, who know your best attributes, who can tell you, you know, she may need to work on her time management, but her organizational skills are phenomenal. And so this is why this individual is who you truly want to serve on your team. You always want to let individuals know, don't put down a referral or a recommendation and then you didn't notify them and an employer is calling asking, right? Because we don't want those. There's surprises that are good in life and that's not one of them. So you want to make sure that if you're putting a person down as a referral or a recommendation, you let them know, whether that be for your employment or your transfer. The transfer side of the house is a lot easier to know because they had to write a letter. When you're listing them on a job application, you definitely want to let them know and give them a heads up, like, I'm interviewing for this and for this location. They may be giving you a call. Here are some things in the application that you can maybe speak about. And that's always helpful.
Oh, you couldn't have said it more perfectly, Sasha, because those things are so important, both parts, right? Transferring and for obtaining employment. So thank you so much for your expertise and your wonderful energy this morning. Appreciate it. And I wish you a really productive semester.
Absolutely. And same to you. Go Knights. I'm excited to see you all, whether in person or virtual. And we've got this. We're all in this together.
Thank you so much. Have a really blessed day, Sasha. Thank you. Okay, well, so moving on. I mean, so, you know, as folks are coming in, it is my sincere desire that you're getting lots of tips and tricks and information, even if you thought you didn't need it, or even, you know, it's just really swell to hear these kinds of things coming from, you know, the folks at City College who really love and care about you, in all honesty. So up next, I have the Three Musketeers. I mean, these are three phenomenal folks here that are here to talk to you about humanities. And so I'll start off with Elizabeth Meehan, Professor Meehan, who is also a wonderful PTK, our Phi Theta Kappa advisor of that club. So I'll let you take it away, Elizabeth, and thank you so much for you and your colleagues to be here today.
Thank you so much, Lori. See, I got some lipstick on for this one. I'm really happy that you're here today with us and interested in taking humanities courses. And I'm very happy to follow the Transfer and Career Center, because taking humanities classes is a real asset when you're applying for jobs, because it tells your employer that you're interested in exploring the world, that you're interested in diversity, that you know something about human cultures. And those are very good reasons to take the humanities. I think I got most of my jobs because I was able to talk about a humanities related subject with a potential employer. I was interested in the arts or music or history, and we could connect on those levels. So I'd like to encourage you to take humanities because they're foundational studies for other disciplines. They provide important background for understanding history, culture, arts, religion, and the ideas that shape our society today. I'm going to quickly say one sentence about each of the courses we offer. I want to remind you that if a class is full and you didn't get in, please look at the late start classes. We have great opportunities for late start classes as well. So Humanities 101 explores our humanity and its expression through several world cultures by looking at history, the arts, the ideas and conflicts that engage us. And we also get to see how diverse cultures have influenced us in our own times. That's super important. Humanities 102 focuses on human culture from the Renaissance all the way up to the 21st century. So if you're looking for something a little more modern, you might want to take Humanities 102, which happens to be one of our late start classes. So that's a good opportunity to learn about how the arts and music reflect the times in which we live. I think you get more music in Humanities 102 as well. And my colleague, Marianne Peterson, can say more about that. I'm going to go first and then turn it over to Marianne and then Cassandra so that they each have an opportunity to introduce and say something. In Humanities 106, it's the World Religions course. And I want to emphasize that this is an objective academic look at some major world religions across cultures. And the great thing about it is you get to learn about other practices while maintaining your own. So that it's a very respectful curriculum, but an opportunity to learn about other practices. Humanities 201 is our mythology class. It's been very popular and it's one I teach. We have a great creative project at the end where you get to create a deity for the 21st century with some of your classmates. Students love that project and I love seeing them when they're finished. So I'd like you to remember to look for the 12 and 8-week late start classes if you're having trouble getting in a class. And the last thing I want to say is that we're all here to help you. They're asynchronous classes, which means if you're working, if you're doing childcare, if you have a busy life and going to class meetings is difficult, these are a great way to meet some of your college requirements. So they're asynchronous classes, and I'm going to turn you now over to Professor Marianne Peterson, who's a wonderful instructor.
Hi, everybody. So that was a wonderful overview of our classes. I don't want to take too much time. One thing, I mean, I could share screen and just give you a brief glimpse at our humanities page here. And one thing that I like to kind of emphasize in each of the classes is if you find yourself, of course, all of our course offerings are wonderful. One thing about humanities is that compared to some of the other disciplines, we take a holistic approach to the human experience. So if you ever find yourself thinking, I want to know more, I want to see the whole picture, I think humanities is great at covering the human experience from a holistic perspective. And so Ms. Meehan mentioned that we do music in Humanities 102 more so than Humanities 101, and that's true. We listen to a lot of music, we interpret literature, we interpret art, which is so much fun. We do a lot of creative writing in that class. So just scrolling through some representative images for each of our classes. I think this is, you know, you'll find this, of course, at the website here. And so just see what's there. I think you guys will really, really enjoy humanities. And quick reminder that we have a late start 102 beginning October 18th. And I would love to see you guys in there. You'll definitely, it's one of these things where don't feel like if you didn't take Humanities 101 that you can't take 102 or 106. You absolutely can. All of these classes are standalone classes. So jump right in and we'll be so excited to have you.
Can we go to Cassie so she can introduce herself, Lori?
Yes, and also, would you be so kind to stop sharing your screen, Marian? Thank you. Yes, Cassie. Hi, Cassie.
Hi, everybody. So my name is Cassandra. I go by Cassie. I only tell you that my full name is Cassandra because she was actually a figure in Greek mythology. So I felt like that was an appropriate thing to mention. I am a Siddiqa intern in the humanities department, and I'll be working closely with Elizabeth Meehan. I am really excited to be able to provide students with all types of support. A lot of what I'm doing might be on the back end, but if you ever have any questions about logistics, how to purchase your ebook, which is going to be really important for these classes, you know, what an assignment is asking of you, questions about deadlines or navigating the syllabus, I will be happy to help. I'll be on Pronto and doing some Flipgrid videos, and I really just want to be here for any questions that you may have, and I hopefully look forward to seeing you online in fall. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, Cassandra, Cassie. And then I'm going to ask one more thing. So I know you all have been so wonderful to allow me to take advantage of your time for coming today. But as we're waiting on our next guest, Elizabeth, I know I had mentioned earlier that you are a phenomenal advisor to a Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Would you be able to talk about that for a little bit and how students that are out there, how they may be able to get involved and engage with PTK?
Yes, I'm glad that you asked that question because I'm always so happy to advise Phi Theta Kappa. It's a national honors system, and it's different from the honors program that is also offered on our campus and in our district. Phi Theta Kappa, I really encourage students to sign up for it, and it has many benefits for you as a student. One of the most important ones is they have $90 million annually of scholarships that you can apply for through one common scholarship application. So you don't have to go to all these individual scholarships and sign up for them. You put in your major, what you hope to do in the future, and then the people awarding the money have direct access to you and can award scholarships that way. So it's a really good place to get additional funds to help you get through school. In addition, if you go to PTK, that's for Phi Theta Kappa.org, you will be able to learn about many online programs. There's an online leadership program. And the great thing about that, again, is you can do it at home. You don't have to go somewhere. You don't have to sign up for classes just by virtue of being a member. We also offer typically every year a college project, which is a group research project that students do. And that usually is done in conjunction with a campus administrator who says, hey, we could use help with something. Can you help us do outreach to a particular student group? Some of the college projects we've had in the past have been things like going to area high schools and introducing students to City College and to Phi Theta Kappa opportunities. We also have Honors in Action, which is actually a research project. So you would work with typically an advisor to develop a research topic, like what's the best way to serve the homeless people in San Diego? That's been a big question for us, and maybe homeless students, how can we better help them be successful? One of the topics our officers have been looking at recently is particularly in the Latina population, women who are going to school and who are parents, sometimes single parents, how to keep them going through their complete education so they don't get derailed by the stresses of parenting and so forth that so many of us are facing. So Phi Theta Kappa is an organization for students. They do ask for a 3.0 GPA, and the reason why that's important is because a lot of employers, let's say you have absolutely equal background with somebody else education-wise, but if you were also a Phi Theta Kappa member, it lets the employers know that you strove to maintain a good GPA, and that automatically will lift you up perhaps against another applicant. And so when I've been to there are local, state and national conferences when we get out of COVID that we can attend. We've been able to do many of those online in the last year, so you still have access to conferences on leadership. So I think it's very important organization to help you develop your leadership skills. The goals are to keep you academically motivated to do your best in school, and also to help others. So a big part of Phi Theta Kappa is volunteerism. So to get out, so maybe Lori Oldham can address opportunities for student service. We participate in the Hunger in Action Days to get food to people. So things like that. There's some opportunities for you to volunteer. And I know it's a little different with the whole COVID scenario. We're not asking students to meet in public for things, but there's so many things you can do online to improve your resume and your for potential employers and also for your transfers. So please join us. We'd love to have you, and we have officer positions open if you're interested in that. We'll be reaching out to students shortly with an invitation to come to an introductory meeting. And if you want to find out about membership, you go under clubs to PTK or Phi Theta Kappa, and you will find the membership application. So come and join us. We'd love to have you.
Oh, thank you so much, Elizabeth. And as a matter of fact, I was trying to catch up with your words here. And so here's Life at City. And then if you can scroll down to clubs over here on the left panel section, and on the clubs area, you'll find our inter-club council information, but a list of clubs here and the club directory. And this is where I just kind of want to show them. I think your website is on here, Elizabeth, for PTK.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no worries. So, because while we're waiting for our next person to come in, I am going to go into talking about some student clubs and organizations, starting with Phi Theta Kappa. So, if you go to this page, you'll see a list of current clubs in alpha order, and it talks about the purpose. And so, just what Professor Meehan was explaining, the purpose of Phi Theta Kappa. I wanted to go to your website, and I don't know if you can see that. Oops, a redirect on us. One moment, please.
I have a PowerPoint I can show on Friday. Also, I signed up for Friday PTK.
Okay.
Welcome.
Oh, is this it here?
Yes, that is our homepage.
Yay! It's beautifully done. Did you want to talk a little bit about it? I have a couple minutes before. I think someone else just joined us, but I'd love. Oh, it's Lisa. Hey, Lisa. But I'd love for you to talk about the website, Elizabeth.
So on the website, you will find an opportunity to join, to become a member. There's a donation thing here, which is going to disappear shortly because we are now going to accept donations through the San Diego Foundation. There will be a donation page. I just wanted to mention that. But the most important thing here is to click on membership to become a member. And what you're going to see are some photos of many of our great officers from the past and some of the events that we have attended. Phi Theta Kappa, there's your membership application, and you will fill that out. And I believe it still goes to Marianne Rodriguez in Student Services. What the college does is they just verify the GPA. You have to have completed 12 units to be a PTK member and achieved a 3.0 or above GPA. And once we get notified of that, we do the enrollment at the national organizational level, and then they will send you your number and other information about benefits. So we're really very hopeful that many of you will join. I wanted to say that Bianca, one of our chapter, Bianca Leon, just got a great job. It's the job she always wanted, working in the court system, and having her Phi Theta Kappa leadership experience, I think, helped her get that job. I wrote her a letter of recommendation for that job, and she's been preparing for this. She went on to San Diego State, got a 4-year degree. She's had jobs in the system, but not the full-time job she really wanted, and now she's got it. So that's just one example I can give you. And I'm going to let you go to your next speaker.
Okay, Elizabeth, thank you so much for talking about PTK, and of course, all of you, Elizabeth, Cassie, and Marianne, thank you so much for coming today to talk about humanities at San Diego City College. I wish you all a wonderful, successful, and productive semester. Thanks for coming today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Take care now.
Bye.
Okay, so we have our next presenter. And thank you so much for coming, Lisa. I really appreciate it. I'm going to I'm going to welcome you, and I'm going to let you go ahead and take away the show, if you will.
muted.
Okay, you're
There.
muted there.
I'm sorry. I'm Professor Lisa Chaddock in the Department of Geography at San Diego City College. Excuse my giant mic here, but I am the advisor for the San Diego City College Audubon Club, and we are a campus chapter and a part of National Audubon. We are sanctioned by National Audubon, and we've even a couple of years ago before the shutdown, we were awarded the Campus Chapter of the Year because of the work we've done throughout the community. So if you're interested in a club that really gets involved, we get our hands dirty. We go out and we put in native plants at Otay River, at the Otay Valley Regional Park. We've been working on the Lease Turn project, which is with San Diego Audubon. And right now, a number of our students, including Karina, who is here today, are working for San Diego Audubon because of the Audubon Club. So they've are now working as plant managers and ecologists and watching baby turn chicks when they come out in the spring. We have a lot of different things we're doing. We will be doing this semester on campus, replanting our native plant garden, because over the course of the pandemic, unfortunately, a lot of things have not made it. A lot of plants died and they need to be replanted. We got a grant and received a box of bird collision tape that puts little dots on windows for the Child Development Center so they don't have birds running into their windows anymore. We are working with the art department to paint a mural about birds in one of the parking lots. And we've got a lot of, like I said, a lot of community projects where we're going to go out on Saturdays and put plants in the ground that are native plants so birds have something to eat. So we are a really active group and a pretty large group. I think right now we still have about 60 students in the club.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah. Karina, tell us more.
Hi, everyone. So being part of San Diego Audubon Club is like amazing, because it's something you can be outdoors enjoying. Also, planting natives for the birds is good because, birds need food, also hummingbirds. So right now I am working with San Diego Audubon Society as part of being part of the club at San Diego City College. So it's amazing because even you do something good, you still get paid for doing it. So it's great. Also, it's a part-time, so you're still going to school and you have your own time to work there. Yeah. And also this past year with the COVID, it was something that made me realize that I still want to do this. So being part of the club. Yeah.
Karina was huge. This summer, she led she was working with the Otay Valley Regional Park folks for Latino Conservation Week. And they did a loteria with birds on it. And they did a bike ride that went through the park. And it was just a lot of fun that day. So Karina's our president, and she has done an amazing job. Amazing.
Well, first of all, I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to pull up your Audubon page, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I believe it's on our student club website. And while I'm doing that, if I may, well, congratulations, because I know that you all are critically acclaimed here at San Diego City College for the work that you do for the Audubon Society. And so Lisa Chaddock, Professor Chaddock, is the advisor to the Audubon Club. And so, oh my gosh, there's so many wonderful things that they do. I thought we were going to get on your website here for the Audubon Club. But Lisa, you know what? First of all, I wanted to say that, like, if you could talk about even some of the projects that you did on our own campus with regard to the hummingbirds and creating those, because of the hummingbird population was disappearing. Can you talk a little bit about that? I'm going to stop sharing because I didn't know.
Yeah. We we planted a lot of native plants at 16th Street and B around that corner, including at the time we had 2 Kumeyaay students in the club, and we put sage on either side of white sage on either side of the San Diego City College sign, and they blessed it so that it blesses the land for the birds and for the people who attend City College, because we recognize that the Kumeyaay were here before us, and the San Dieguito before them, and the La Jolla before them, that this is an evolution of people on this land, but we all need to show respect because these hummingbirds are sacred in all of these cultures. And we wanted something that they could nest in. So we put in an oak tree and some ash trees, some natives. And then we wanted to give them food. So we put in a lot of flowering plants. Some of the California fuchsia is in the garden, and a lot of just a whole smattering of different plants that will bloom at different times of the year. Because what people don't understand is the reason we have hummingbirds here is because something will bloom every month. So they always have food in San Diego. So we wanted something that would flower all year round in different colors at different times. And then we put in specifically a monarch butterfly garden because the monarchs were also endangered. So that's what we got the first grant for, and the second grant and the third grant. We've gotten 3 grants so far to keep following up on the research with this garden. And each year we've had, until COVID, we had between 40 and 100 hatchings of monarch butterflies on our campus. And when we started the project, we went from 3 hummingbirds on campus to dozens, dozens. It's amazing. So
it is amazing. So the Office of Student Affairs is in the M building, and right outside the M building is that one of those butterfly gardens. And so they attract not only the butterflies, but the hummingbirds as well. And I remember, students, in joining a club or organization, a student club or organization on campus, one of the things that I got to witness because of our interclub council meetings and the students that would come to represent their respective clubs, and they would network together and talk about the wonderful things that they were doing. And then in some instances, we're doing the crafts here. So I'm reminded of these twigs, these branches that you all got. Do you want to talk about that? Yeah.
Well, we realized that initially, before our gardens were ready, there wasn't enough nesting material. Plus, we couldn't find the nests that were in if they were all sticks. So we put in some colored yarn and tied that onto sticks and then hung those in the trees all over campus. And the birds would pull the yarn out, and then we could look in the trees, and if we spotted a little chunk of yarn, we knew that was probably a nest. So it made it easier to count the nests, and it gave them something to use for their nesting material. So that was one of the things. We did another thing where we took ball caps and turned them into bird heads and wore them bird hats on when we march in like we did the Save Our Wetlands Day. We go and march at Mission Bay, and we wear our hats, and somebody's a blue jay and we've got all these big hats, and they fit because they're a ball cap on our head, and brought out the artsy folks in our group. So you don't have to be a scientist to be in our group. You can be an artist and still contribute. At the bird festival, just literally the week before we shut down, we took recyclable materials from the San Diego Bird Festival and turned it into a giant hummingbird. It was incredible.
I remember that. I mean, so I love the Audubon Society, in all honesty, because, as the more that I learned about birds through your wonderful students that would come to meet in the student affairs area, where the interclub council meets, the other thing I got to discover is about, what and what not to do to feed the hummingbirds to attract them. And that's so important.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a competition during shutdown of who could build the best bird feeder out of recycled materials. And we talked about don't put red dye into the bird feeder. They don't need it. They'll come and get it when it's clear, and they don't have to have their little bodies dealing with a chemical that's not natural. So yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow. And then the other thing I wanted to say is, Lisa, I'm gonna have to send you this picture, but I have a lot of birds that come into my yard. I don't know, I love birds. Like any kind of bird, I don't care. Hummingbirds being my favorite, and then very different kinds of hummingbirds with the different colorings. They're just so beautiful. But what I was gonna say is I took a picture because I have a falcon in my neighborhood. Yeah,
Wow.
he comes and he sits and he perches on, or he or her, I'm not sure, but perches on the house next door to me, which is downgrade, which is sitting down, so I can literally see it. I've gotten a couple really good pictures of that
Wow.
falcon. Is that,
That's
are
amazing.
they around San Diego?
Yeah. We have a couple of different falcons that are native. But we have falcons, we have hawks, and we have golden eagles and bald eagles. Very rare. We only have one pair of bald eagles. Karina's putting in the chat the one of the YouTube videos. We've been doing YouTube videos on how to make feeders, and it's in the chat. And we put them in various languages. So they're in English, Spanish, Japanese, Mandarin. We're working on Arabic. I don't think it's in Arabic yet, but it's in Arab. We got someone putting it in Arabic. So and Tagalog, so that even if you're not a native speaker, in like say that English is your second language, you might be more comfortable watching the video in another language. Oh, there
Do you
it
mind
is.
if I show it while you guys are here, Lisa
Sure.
and Tina? Okay, here we go. I'm sharing my screen, and so beautiful.
I don't think the sound is on, but that's okay. We had a discussion with the club and decided that our community at City College is so diverse that it is important for us to be able to reach out to the whole community. And that's why we started with English and Spanish, and then went to Tagalog, and then after that, Mandarin. And we keep expanding the numbers of languages because San Diego is so diverse that we wanted to reach out to everybody, that you can feed the birds and it will help them, especially this year when we've had so many fires in the north that the migration has already started. It's early by 2 weeks, and I'm already seeing birds that usually are here in late September. They're here now. And it's because their food has burned to the ground. So we really need to make sure that we are all helping them.
Oh, wow. I love the work that you're doing out there, and I'm loving that your students are, stepping up to help this community of birds that we have here. It's such a diverse, different kinds of birds all over the place. But I thank you so much. And if there's anything else that you want me to share from what Karina dropped in the chat box, I'm happy to do so.
Well, I've put the links in the chat so that students who are watching this can go to the links. Or actually, Karina put them in. Thank you, Karina. She is so wonderful.
She is.
We are really lucky. We have a great group of students, and we welcome students that want to join us. I put my email in there. Sorry, I did a typo at first. But I put the corrected email in there. If you want to email me, and we will make sure that you get into the club and start getting the weekly newsletter, and are really, you will be right on top of it. We have a birding hotspot of the month. We have all kinds of stuff going on. So please join us.
Terrific. And for those of you, let me just repeat that the proper email address is Lisa Chaddock, and it's LCHADDOC@sdccd.edu.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you, Professor Chaddock, and thank you, Karina, President of the Audubon Society.
One last thing. Next summer is the National Convention in Tacoma, Washington, and we are going to try to take as many students as we possibly can. I'm trying to get grant money and take students. We took 5 to the National Convention last time, and we want to double that.
That's phenomenal. So, students, new and returning students, some of the ways to get involved with your campus is to get connected through a student club and organization. Usually, typically, just like Professor Chaddock did now, and Professor Meehan before her with PTK, there are all different kinds of things that they go and they see together as part of the learning experience about their club, and as part of the service that they do within our community. So very important to get involved and get connected. Fun stuff ahead, I'm telling you. Anyway, Thank you both again for coming today. Appreciate you so much. Have a terrific and successful semester.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Karina. All right, have a great day. So now what I'd like to do is we're coming to the end of this morning's presentation. What I'd like to do is share my screen with you again. And this time I'd like to go back into the student SG. So I've got our website here. If I scroll back up, student clubs and organizations, how to get to San Diego City College is to go back to our homepage. Just to start you off, this is what our homepage looks like. Like that city, this is also where you'll see the clubs that we were talking about earlier. And we're also going to see our student government page. And this is what I wanted to share with you. So if we go to student government right now, this is what you'll see right now is a special message from our former ASG president, Destiny Gallegos Munoz. And what I'd like to do is get you to the information. Remember, I was telling you that we are looking for folks to join ASG, and wanted you to know that we meet every Monday from 3 to 4:30, with the exception of the first day of the semester. So we won't be meeting today. Our first meeting is Monday, August 30th, next Monday. The following Monday is Labor Day, so we won't be meeting on that day either. But this Zoom link is there. What you have to do is click to get there on one of the Mondays that we're meeting from 3 to 4:30. There will be an ASG meeting agenda that's always posted per Brown Act policies and guidelines. So 72 hours before our meeting. So that means that by this Wednesday, no later than 3 o'clock, you'll see the meeting agenda for next Monday. Also, I wanted to say ESG wants you. So I say it's so important to get involved and get connected because studies, multiple studies show that when you're connected to your campus, to your college, you tend to do better. You tend to stay in your classes. You intend to do well, and then you complete. So getting connected has all sorts of benefits for you besides just getting connected, because the folks that you're connecting with are like-minded thinkers. And as you connect, you build a support system with one another. And then when you're in a group, you start imagining like student government, you do things that are much more, they're larger than yourself, right? So you get to advocate for students at San Diego City College. If we take the breakdown of just our Senate, which is 11 senators, they represent about 1,500 students each. That's a lot of students when you put it into context that way. And so just think that you're making a difference for our students on campus. Here's the application here. So when you go to our website and you see Associated Students Government, you'll see Destiny's message. I will have Victoria Owusu's picture up there as soon as I'm able to get our website done later this week. We meet remotely, so there's no need to be on campus. And again, there's the same information, the same Zoom every Monday when we meet. And then our application is right here. So when you click on the application, you'll land on the page. It's very simple. You just print it out. You fill it out the top area here. You check which position that you're looking for, that you think that you do well. When completing the application, make sure that you check, like you rank them. So if you want to be a public events coordinator, excuse me, the first opportunity, and it's not available for whatever reason, then pick out a number, second choice, and even a third choice. In order for you to be considered for a position, these are the things that you must meet. So you'll have a GPA of 2.0 or better and in good academic standing. You will have to purchase an AS membership sticker. Remember, Haruko was on earlier. She's still on now, but she showed you in your student portal where you can go in and pay for your AS membership. It's $8. And the great thing for you to know is that if you're a part of if you're an EOPS student or a Next Up student, those fees are paid for you by the program automatically once you enroll in the programs. So that's an added benefit to you. And then, excuse me, you have to be enrolled at least 5 units at San Diego City College. Be able to complete responsibilities stated in our Constitution and bylaws. I'll direct you to where you can locate the position descriptions so that when you apply, you know what you want to get. And also attach a letter describing yourself, the skills that you bring, and why you want to join the ASG and your goals. And then right here, as one of the ASG advisors, in addition to the Dean of Student Affairs, here's my email address. I'll get it. I will respond accordingly. And the process is pretty simple. So please look for that information on the website, the information and send it on in. And then we were talking about Constitution and bylaws. The current Constitution and bylaws are referenced. You click here and you can access. Excuse me. There's also elections that we have in the spring of every year. We're looking at now there will be some appointments done by our new ASG president, Victoria Owusu. But there's information for you to access. The position descriptions is right under this link. You click here and you'll see our position descriptions, what they consist of. For example, vice president tells you what your duties and responsibilities are, but that's for every single position. There's the treasurer. We need a skilled treasurer, somebody who's good in math. And here's the information on what the AS treasurer will be asked to do. Don't think that you're on your own, because there's training. I work with you one-on-one to help you to develop the skills and abilities that you need to perform your job functions. And that training will help you to be successful in your role. Also, secretary position is extremely important as well, because the secretary is the one that I work with to create the meeting agendas and to take the minutes so that those things can also be published. There's so much work to be done at San Diego City College through the Associated Students Government. So I encourage you to check it out. I encourage you to contact me directly if you want more information. Again, my email address is, I'm going to show you the ESG page, the student affairs page, so I can show you where to get in contact with me. Back to Life at City, student affairs office here. And right here, my email address is oldham@sdccd.edu. I encourage you to check out our website. I encourage you to come on out, send me information, the email. I can contact you any which way, email, I can Zoom with you. Just let me know that you're interested and I'll be on it. So at any rate, I want to thank you all for today. I appreciate it so much. And I thank our guests that came here today to talk about their programming, both on and off campus. And I wish you the very, very best in your, excuse me, in your endeavors at San Diego City College. What I can tell you is that San Diego City College is a very magical place to be. And I can tell you that you won't regret 1 minute being part of San Diego City College. San Diego City College is where we take care of our students. We care about you. We love you. We want you to do well. Student success is one of our mantras, along with students first. So welcome to San Diego City College. I hope that you've learned a lot from this presentation. We will have another Welcome Week session this afternoon from 3:30 to 5:30. I look forward to seeing you there. Until then, take care. Have a blessed day. And good luck. Here's to a productive and wonderful semester.